I stand inside the violent motions of the stomach, of all that is defined around me as time and space. I stand defined by the acid of the stomach of what has been defined around us as possible, slowly devoured by the small stories of what today is, slowly digested by the small stories of what today can host. All of us slowly digested by the cheap stories of what today can be. All of us slowly dissolved in the saliva of the cheap writers of what today can host. All of us slowly dissolved in the saliva of what this space can hold. All of us slowly swallowed by the definition of what this place seems to be. All of us slowly dissolved by the saliva of the blind writers that have defined what today can mean. All of us slowly dissolved by the saliva of the language of what has been said before. Slowly dissolved by the motions of the stomach of this ordinary fucking definition of what today can be, slowly dissolved in the stomach of what today seems to be, slowly dissolved, slowly engulfed, slowly, silently, slowly, silently dissolved in the saliva of the cheap, small, blind writer of what time, space can host. Slowly accepting to fall asleep under the heavy fabric of all the cheap stories that were ever spoken in this place. Slowly accepting to fall asleep under the weight of the fabric of the words of all those who have decided what is most likely to happen today. Slowly falling asleep inside the motions of the stomach of the blind story decided by all the common voices, slowly digested by the heavy fabric of the voice of the blind. Slowly designing the adequate nature of revolt. Slowly finding the adequate motions that could contradict this weight. Slowly finding the motions that could make this fabric fly. Slowly finding the adequate fibers of flight. Slowly finding the adequate verticality of flight. Slowly finding the adequate vertical speed of dignity. Devoured again and again, slowly finding your flight. Slowly uncovering the horizons that belong to your speed. Slowly devising the fabrics that belong to your axis. Slowly uncovering the horizons that belong to your axis. Slowly designing the nature of the horizons adequate to your axis. Slowly deciding the caliber of the horizons adequate to your exact axis of presence. Slowly being able to decide the currents of space adequate to your posture. Slowly finding the adequate motions of distance that are appropriate to your exact caliber of posture. Slowly finding the empires of presence that can decide how you define all geometries of occurrence around you. Slowly finding the resonance of the caliber of your encounter with the voices of all of those that defined what today is. Slowly establishing the substance of your marrow, carrying the weight of fabrics of distance around you. Learning to train the precise angle, the axis of your spine as a tool for discerning fabrics of logic. Deciding a new species of I, that is a vertical fragrance of a surface, deciding a new anatomy of presence, like a vertical surface that can travel through the wild motions of story bodies. Defining the scale of your marrow as a vertical field that can trace, map, read through the wild alternation of logical fabrics.